clean future still has a footprint, not only in emissions, but in land. In northern Ontario, a region called the Ring of Fire has become a symbol of that trade-off, where climate goals, development promises, and Indigenous rights collide. In this film, climate-smart development means development framed as necessary for climate solutions and presented as responsible. Critical minerals are the materials used in clean tech systems, batteries, power grids, and industrial supply chains. And peatlands are wetlands made of partially decayed plants, peat, built over centuries. They store carbon, regulate water, and support ecosystems that are incredibly sensitive to disturbance. The Ring of Fire sits in northern Ontario, within Treaty Number 9 territory, and within the Hudson Bay lowlands, a peatland-rich landscape. Ontario describes the region as containing critical minerals like chromite, copper, nickel, platinum, and titanium. Materials linked to stainless steel, energy infrastructure, and batteries. That global demand makes the Ring of Fire feel urgent. But urgency can also narrow the questions we ask and drown out the quieter warnings. Minerals don't move without infrastructure, and in places like this, roads are more than transportation. They are permission. A road can turn a remote landscape into an extractive corridor, quietly changing what is possible and what becomes unavoidable, long before the public fully understands the long-term costs. That matters because peatlands are not just scenery. Research on the Ring of Fire region warns that linear infrastructure, especially roads, can disrupt peatland hydrology, fragment habitat, and produce cumulative effects that grow over time. When peatlands dry or change, carbon storage and water systems can shift. In other words, a decision that looks temporary on a map can become permanent in an ecosystem, and you don't always see the damage until it's already underway. This is not empty land. It is home, with responsibilities, governance, and law. A key political body in the region is Mattawa First Nations, representing 9 member nations, including communities such as Martin Falls, Webequie, and Neskantaga, among others. So the debate is not only about minerals, it's about authority. Who gets to decide what development means, what risks are acceptable, and what consent requires? Scholars describe the Ring of Fire as a place where impact assessment becomes contested, where different legal orders and competing visions of land meet head-on, and where the process itself becomes part of the conflict. In this course, Angry Inuk shows how powerful environmental narratives can travel and how they can erase the people who live closest to the issue. The Ring of Fire has its own narrative now, climate urgency, a story that can make extraction feel inevitable, even when the burdens are placed far away from the people who benefit most. The energy transition doesn't erase extraction, it reorganizes it. So the question isn't only whether development happens, it's who gets to define it and who is asked to carry the risk.